Hey you, it's been a minute. How have you been? So since we're at the start of 2022, I figured that with how well things went for me last year and how amazing you guys were, thank you by the way, we would talk a bit about the meta level of being a creator and sort of some of the dark things, or rather less favorable things that are less frequently talked about by most creators. Like, there are definitely creators that talk about these things, but more people that actually focus explicitly on the meta side of YouTube and Twitch, streaming, all of that kind of stuff. Before we get fully into it, again, I will reiterate, thank you guys so much for all the support last year. It was absolutely incredible. I've been creating content for over 14 years, learned a lot in that time, and it took 14 years of work to get to a point where I have a wonderful community filled with you guys. I'm actually stuck in Toronto right now, due to, you know, the current ongoing worldwide thing that's happening, and that is why I'm on a headset microphone right now, so I apologize that my mic is not as crisp as it normally is. And if you want to hear more about my plans for this year, the year of hype, and you know how things went last year, go join my Discord server, discord.gg/ivy. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty epic pogger thing, you know what I'm saying? One thing that I've seen a lot of people talk about online is you know, oh, if you make good content, people will come to it. And like, there is something true about that. Like, there is truth to that statement, but I think that it's grossly overstated as being, like, you know, a key part of success is just making good content. Because quite frankly, that is not what the key to success is in online media. What matters much more when you are trying to market yourself as a content creator is actually the way that you are marketing yourself through a variety of platforms as opposed to just one, and the general appeal of your content. A lot of people, like myself included, I've definitely fallen victim to this many times over my many years of making content. People will look at a video and not be interested in it. And you have to ask yourself when you're producing the video, why does anyone care about this video? Because if you're making a video that's like, you know, oh, it's a cool idea, but does it have any actual substance beyond the surface level of, you know, like being a cool idea? Who is this for? And is it going to actually be an engaging topic for, you know, 6 or 7 minutes? And that sounds a lot easier than it is, because when you're thinking of things that you're interested in, you know, those apply to you. But especially if you're in a niche hobby, a lot of things just aren't that applicable to a wider audience. And YouTube's algorithm will not be happy with you if you upload something that is only appealable to a very narrow demographic. Niche channels do grow, but not in a short time, and often not to a super meaningful degree. So it has to be something that, you know, the average person could click on and go, whoa, this is something that I care about and I'm interested in, so let's see what this does. Hell, even this video is a good example of something that is not going to have super wide appeal, but I'm more making it because it's something I wanted to talk about, and I know that it's not going to be the best video in the world that's going to, you know, attract every single person on the planet. This is more just me talking to you guys about some things that I find really interesting, because I know that some of you guys will find it interesting as well. Another thing too is that if you upload less frequently, that also does affect things a lot. I found that YouTube is more punishing than other platforms when you don't upload for a while, but it is less so overall as long as you have consistent uploads on other social media platforms. Like, there are plenty of YouTubers who do not upload for months and will still get millions of views on their videos. But of course, if you're a very small creator trying to grow, if you only have a few hundred subscribers, or even a couple thousand, and those people are like excited for your new content, if you go on an 8-month break and you don't keep them updated through another channel like Discord, Instagram, whatever, those people are going to move on to other creators. So it's really important to have a cohesive brand across social media, and that's really what helps out with a lot of things. I can actually use myself as an example. A lot of you guys will know this. Through all of these YouTube uploads, I have been saying, hey guys, like, you know, I have plans for some YouTube videos in the nearest future. Expect one video per week on average through all of 2022. That is my goal for this year, and I'm sticking by that. This is the first of those videos, and it's a meta video, of course. Another thing that's really important is just evolution of content. A lot of the time when you create content that you enjoy, that's your style, it's actually not going to be as unique as we think it is. And like, you know, that's a very easy trap to fall into. Is like, oh, I think I'm doing this like differently, but no, YouTube is a very big sea with a lot of fish. And you need to make sure that you're evolving your content so that in some way you stand out from the crowd. Everyone stands out a little bit differently, so in a way, none of us do. But that's sort of the key to the platform, is that if you're too samey to other content, people will just click on the content that has more views. If somebody is presented with two videos that have the same thumbnail and the same title, but one has more views, they're more likely to click on that one than the video that fewer people clicked on, because obviously there's a reason why people are clicking on the other one more. So it's really important to actually evolve your content and try to innovate and try out new things and make yourself stand out, because if you just stick to the same thing, you will keep your current audience that you have, that you build up and you grow, but people will eventually get bored of that content if it's all the same, and new people aren't going to be clicking on it because, again, it's kind of just the same as other content on the platform. So there has to be something that makes it stick out. Sensational titles and all that do go a long way, but if your content doesn't match the titles you're creating, then people are going to click away and lose interest pretty quickly. I have in my note document here, I have this noted as motivation is a lie. And what that really means is that if you are only going to be making content when you're motivated to do so, when you're expecting that to, carry the channel along, that is a means of setting yourself up for failure. That doesn't mean that if you're feeling like total crap and you don't want to do anything, you have to force yourself to make a video. But discipline is a content creator's best friend, in the sense that if you're healthily disciplining yourself into working, you will get into that zone where you're enjoying making the content more often. There is a point of diminishing returns where if you're, creating too much, you will burn yourself out. But after doing this for many years, one thing I've really found is that if I'm not feeling motivated, I still push through it. And then when I get into that zone, when I'm enjoying making the video or streaming and talking to people, I get motivated by the act of doing it itself. And this is not just a little piece of advice that has gotten me through content creation. It's gotten me through a lot of other things too, is that motivation comes from the action of doing. It comes from actually doing that thing. So if you are not doing that thing, you're not going to be motivated to continue doing it, because you need to start in the first place. Do we get spurts of motivation and inspiration sometimes? Absolutely, and I think that it's really important to utilize those. But coming up with a healthy schedule for yourself if you want to become a creator, or even if you're doing it as a hobby, is something important. If you don't care at all about growing a community or anything, and you just want to make things, that's something that you don't even need to worry about, though. Another thing that sort of ties into something I said earlier is one platform is not enough, and this is just something that cannot be understated at all. Many YouTubers and many Twitch streamers that are just starting out think that they can just upload a bunch of content or stream a bunch and that they'll eventually catch, which is true in the sense that it happens sometimes, and if you upload enough videos that are good quality with good SEO, eventually people will notice. That is an inevitability. It's just a question of when. If you want it to be happening at any reasonable time, though, what you really do need to do is actually upload to other platforms, even ones you don't like. In my case, my Twitch is sort of my core platform, and I've been making YouTube content way longer than I was a Twitch streamer. But Twitch is what I focus on the most because I like the viewer interaction. I like chatting with people live. The Shorts channel got caught by the algorithm, which was actually being fed by my Twitch channel, and then I was cross-promoting it, and that led to a huge explosion in viewers on Twitch. And that would not have happened because Twitch is not a good platform for discoverability, but YouTube Shorts is, and so is Instagram, which a lot of people also came from. And you want to utilize hashtags on platforms like Instagram and Facebook, and really you want to have redundancy as a creator. Like, even if you're not doing it as your job and you're doing it as a hobby, but if you want to get your voice out there and you want people to see the work you're doing, you do have to be proactive on more than one social media platform, because just YouTube or just Twitch is not going to be enough. And yeah, that's honestly just kind of the main things I wanted to talk about. I was going to be uploading a Portal 2 based video today, but I'm going to be pushing that back to next week most likely. This was sort of just a quick thing I wanted to throw together to talk about the meta side of being a content creator. A lot of you guys have said that you like my just talking and just ranting style videos, so I figured I would give this one a shot as well. But don't worry, there is a lot more actually structured content on the way soon. And also, if you guys have not already, you should go check out my JustCB channel. because as soon as I'm back in Vancouver, I'm going to be starting to upload vlogs there alongside the main channel videos. So, maybe consider checking that out. And of course, a final thank you to all of my wonderful patrons who make these videos possible. You guys are amazing. And I'm really excited for some of the stuff that's coming out later this year. We got Cosmic Critters on the way, hopefully a demo in December that are going to be well edited and, super interesting. At least I think so, and I hope that you will too. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys.
Oh yeah, and a special thank you to Cypher, Keywielder, 06, Totodile, Zemmernaut, and Sunny Day for being my Queen Bee patrons.